Hello and welcome to the Card Deck Creator Series. I'm Ayesha Hilton and today I'm joined by Marie McAneney all the way from Bunbury or Bundaberg in Queensland. Which one is it?
It's Bundaberg.
Bundaberg, sorry, I forgot for a second there. And Marie has created a fabulous deck called Feminine Power and she's wearing a t-shirt to match, which we'll get into in a second. Beautiful. And you have an online store called Cleansed and Energized. And I just want to say thank you for joining me. I'm so curious to talk with you today about your gorgeous card deck and about your shop as well. So welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Ayesha.
So tell
Really
me first about your shop, Cleansed and Energized. So do you run that just online or is there a physical store as well?
No, I don't really have a physical store. It's mainly online, but I do go to markets and the like. And people can come to my home if they want things.
I see a big collection of stuff behind you and I want to look at that shelf.
Yeah.
What have you got on there? Books, crystals, card decks.
My healing lamp.
Beautiful. So how long have you had your online store?
Probably for the last year. I did have another business before that called Heart of Nursing. I'm a nurse but I wanted to branch out into more spiritual side of things and that's where I headed. So yeah.
Beautiful. And are you juggling nursing and your store or are you focused full-time on your store?
Yeah. I'm still working part-time as a nurse, but hopefully by the end of the year that will be more transitioning into my business and healing and the like. Yeah. So
gorgeous.
That's where I'm heading.
All right. Well, I'm sure you can do it. And your cards are one of the steps towards doing that as well. So tell me a little bit about your card deck. So have you been thinking about doing a card deck for a while?
I'm a very creative person and I really did want to do something and have a product that I could call my own. So I saw your course online and I went, it's just the help that I needed. So that spurred me on and I started the course and I had an idea in my mind what I wanted to do about feminine power for women. So that's where it just sort of all happened at once, really. And I will make some more, but at the moment, I don't know, it came from source or spirit, I guess. This is where that deck idea came from.
Yes. And did it take you, they're gorgeous, did it take very long to do the actual cards, like once you had sort of accessed that inspiration?
No, I did them in a night.
Gorgeous. Well, we've got to have some show and tell. So do you want to show us your cards?
Sure. This is the back of them. I'll try the glare. So the back of them look like that.
Yep, gorgeous.
Feminine Power Affirmations. And the front, like there's 55 cards.
Yeah,
oh,
they're hard to see. Yep, that's it. I honor my purpose.
Honor my purpose. I'll just try and open them up like that. So they're all like,
so they're all line drawings.
Yes, that's
with
it.
Like one sentence.
Yeah, with just some affirmations.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. I love those line drawings. So where did you source the line drawings?
I sourced them on Canva.
Oh, so they were on Canva, all of those.
Yeah.
So just women line drawings. Did you have trouble getting enough of them to make enough for the card deck?
No, not at all.
No, that's fabulous. So you had plenty to pick and choose from. They're stunning. I love the style and the simplicity of them.
Yeah, they just warm my heart, you know. They're just right. Yeah, I use my cards in my group. I have a Facebook private group for my women's circle. So I use my cards in there as an inspiration and just talk to them. So it's really awesome.
And you did something different. You printed yours with ePrint Online, did you?
Yes, I did. Correct.
And then you've got a nice velvet bag, which you've done something super cool with.
Yeah.
So did you get a box or do you just so you made that, you purchased the velvet bag
Yes, I purchased the velvet bag. So I got them shrink wrapped. So they're all shrink wrapped, as you can see. And then I decided I purchased the velvet bag off, I think, Etsy. I got 50 for $25. And then I used some vinyl, white vinyl, and put, this one's actually not even in the deck, but I found that this one was too busy to use. So I chose a different one. And that I
looks really good, actually.
Machine. Yeah.
So
you turned out really great.
You have a vinyl cutting machine, like that's a craft thing, I assume. Yeah. And how expensive is it to buy the sheets of the vinyl?
It probably is quite expensive, but it doesn't take up much. So I figured it was worth it. Like I'll still make a profit. So I just a nicer touch.
I think they look gorgeous. So, and how much are you retailing your card deck for?
For $25.
Plus postage?
Yes, plus postage.
So they're cheap for the size. They're still quite affordable. And have you gone to any markets yet and had them on your stand?
No, not yet. I haven't. I haven't had an opportunity to. I've only really received them in the last couple of weeks. I have there's a store downtown that I have my crystal lamps in that I make, and I'm going to go down there and see if they'll take some cards in there, because they have a lot of cards. So I'm sure they will. I just haven't had the opportunity. Yeah, I have them on my website. I also have an Etsy site which I'm going to put them on as well, but I just haven't done that as yet.
What else do you sell on your Etsy site?
I've made some crystal lamps. I make them to order, but there are a few on there for sale. So crystal and wood. I also have made some chakra boards, or the chakra boards. So they're like a mandala and the wheel of life. And I do that with my cry cut machine as well. And they've sold quite well. A few other just a few bits and bobs to do with chakras and crystals and oils. And I make a healing oil, a chakra oil that I sell on there as well.
You're very creative. I love it.
Yes, I love being creative.
I've just started an Etsy store. Do you have any tips?
I'm just relatively new to it. So I think just keep it simple, have good pictures, I think.
I think good pictures are the key, and good tags and description. So we'll share your Etsy store link below, as well as your website. But for card deck creators, is there any advice that you would give to someone who hasn't yet started creating theirs, and you've already got yours in your hand?
Yes. Well, I guess it's to start with, have an idea of what you really want to do. Your course is absolutely wonderful for, how to follow it, where to go to print your designs. I had a look at the American site and I thought, I want to give the Australian side a go. And the way the world is at the moment, I just didn't know how long my cards were going to take to get here. And once I'd created them, I really wanted them,
Yes.
So, I did make them in a little format, and what do you call it? Laminated on them. So you could try. That's a tip that you could try to see if you like your cards too before you get them printed. You could laminate them. That's a tip.
That's a great idea. I've seen some people print them out in color and then cut them out and just sort of play with them, shuffle them and just get a feel for them. And the other thing that I'm really keen on is people to get their cards proofread by someone else, a friend or partner.
I did that with my friends and the people in the group, and they all loved them. So I thought, okay, they'll be good.
Yes. Oh, they're stunning.
And the other thing, sorry,
thank
you so much.
Go.
The other thing that I did in my group was I asked them what they liked, and they liked affirmations. It was before I even decided to do the card. So I knew that affirmations would be a good thing for people, because most of the things that they wanted in the group were daily affirmations. So
Yeah, so that's good. Listening to, if you already got people in a community or an audience, then you're listening to what they want you to create. So you're responding to that.
Yeah, to the market. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. And how was your experience with the Aussie Printer?
Oh, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
And they even sent me a message after, because I got a deck printed to start with. So I thought, well, I'll just see what it's like. And I did listen to all your tips from the ladies, and I got the sheen, the gloss. Yeah, I got all that.
Gloss,
I thought,
yes.
I'll just do that. Yeah, that's right, on both sides. And I found fantastic. And then they emailed me back to talk about they were starting a new thing with people could order from them, and they
would send them out. Oh, we've just lost your volume again.
Yeah, so they are offering to have the customer purchase from them, and then the customer pays their postage. So that's another thing they've been offering. I think you give it a name. Is it point of? I can't remember what you called it.
Well, that's true print on demand. Like a lot of the print on demand companies we're using, because the cost of one deck is so high, we're having to order like a small batch and then post them ourselves. But it sounds like ePrint Online are actually offering. So did the price of the card deck change much if you were going to activate that system?
I haven't actually looked into it fully. I just had the email back from their marketing side and said that that's what they were looking into for this year. So there's something that I wanted to look at. But I've purchased 50 decks, so I have enough for the moment.
Yes.
But it's something that I would consider, especially for people from America and places like that, if they were interested in purchasing.
Yes, and now they are doing international shipping, which means that for some people, the option, like if you're in Canada, the price, the Aussie dollar and the Canadian dollar is very similar. So it's really just the shipping, and Australia is overpriced for shipping compared to other countries. And the US, you can't order from the US to Australia right now because of COVID stuff. They're not shipping, like Vivante aren't shipping to Australia. So the main one we recommend is in China, which is a lot of the Aussies have used as well. But with international shipping right now, even though we're 2 years into the COVID situation, it's still going on. So yeah, it's good to be able to support a local printer, and we're trying to do that in other countries as well, but not all countries have a great printer. We haven't found one in Canada yet. So if anyone's listening and they've found one in Canada, let us know. But yeah, I'm glad you've had such a good experience, and I will look into their ordering through their website, like sending people a link to that. Because I know some people,
they were good.
I hate going to the post office. I don't know why. When someone orders, I'm like, I really drag my feet to go down to the post office. I do like sending it myself because I put a little note in it and it looks really nice. And then I don't know if I've got it handy, but that's
what I do. Put my business card in and a little crystal.
Yeah, and I created my own little notepads to write on.
Lovely.
I just did it on Vistaprint. I did it for my tea business as well. So when someone orders a tea or they order card deck, whatever, it's nice to have your own little paraphernalia that you can send. And I know a lot of people are popping a little crystal in. You have a crystal store, so you've got an ample supply of crystals to throw in. And it's nice because you've got that gorgeous velvet bag. I do think your card deck's too cheap though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well,
I think it should be 30 at least.
To know. Okay. Maybe I'll change it then.
It's quite large, and you've got the velvet bag, and like it looks really professional. So, and you also did the journal as well, so people can download a printable journal. So did you want to tell us a little bit about that as well?
Yes, I really love the template for the printable journal, and it was really intuitive and really easy to use. And I just thought that if people purchase my cards, then they can have a downloadable journal to go with it. So I just changed a few things up to match my cards. Thank you. And yeah, it was wonderful. And I think, people like to have that little bit extra. So it was just a great add-on for mine.
I'm
and
glad
it's
you got that
it's
journal.
On my website.
What was that? Journal. I'm glad you got the journal template and found it easy to use, because that was the purpose. And I just wanted it to be neutral and pretty, but easy to adapt to your brand as well. So
yes, yep. And I put that on so they can download it when they've purchased the cards, or Perfect. If I can just rather than giving a journal, because that costs a lot of money printing it all off, then they can have the downloadable link to the journal.
Awesome. And did you, in your card deck, like I know you've got your website and your name on the front of the deck, did you put an instruction or a contact card, or is it just all the cards?
No, there's no instructions in there, but it does, in the journal, it tells them how to use them.
Yeah.
Because
some people now who aren't having a book are having like a little about me or about the cards or instructions. So I just wasn't sure if you've done that.
That's a great idea. That's a good idea. Thanks.
I'm updating the toolkit to include that and the templates. That's on my to-do list next week. So, well, thank you. I love your cards, and I really appreciate you just sharing your experience with us and show and tell of your cards. I love seeing people's card decks.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate the course that you did. It was very easy to follow. Really easy. And when I create something, I like it kind of instantly. So I was straight on just doing it all, and I'm really proud of what I've done. So thank you. I mean, I'm quite a creative person anyhow, but I just found I didn't have to think about the other side of things on how to do a deck. And I went searching. I absolutely went searching how to make a deck. So so anyone who's doing that, your thing popped up. So because I didn't want to have to figure all that out as well, So thank you.
I just want to give you the structure, and then you go in and play.
Yeah, that was great. I loved the structure. I don't like making structure, so it was good to have it.
It's the playing is the funnest. I can spend a lot of time in Canva, I tell you.
I love Canva too.
Well, congratulations, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that. Wasn't it interesting? And I hope you got some inspiration and some tips from listening to this. So if you're interested in making your own card deck, I invite you to check out the Card Deck Creators Toolkit that I've created for people like you who want to create their own inspirational, affirmation, or oracle card deck. There's so many different card decks that you can create. So I invite you to check out the links below to get the toolkit and get on your way creating. And if you've already created your own card deck, congratulations. Share a link below. I'd love to see it. Much love to you, and take care.